What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nicole if you are new here, and I am a licensed realtor in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, and my channel is about bringing you all things real estate. So if you are a new real estate agent, someone who is interested in getting into the real estate field, or you're already a seasoned agent and just love watching realtor videos, then definitely hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos that I post. Today what we're going to be doing is going over my calendar. So a lot of you have asked me what a typical day looks like as far as how I plan out my day and how many hours a day do I work and how many hours per week do I work. So it does vary, but I figured what I could do for you guys is kind of show you how I structure my calendar out hour by hour. That way you can kind of get a feel for what a typical day looks like for me. So I do highly recommend time blocking your schedule, because you can, especially being an entrepreneur and working for yourself and being your own boss, sometimes you can kind of just get lost in time, so to say, where at the end of the day you kind of just sit back and you're like, what the hell did I just do today? I remember when I first started real estate, I did not time block, didn't use a calendar, didn't put down when I was going to be prospecting or doing any of my admin work or anything like that. And I literally would get to the end of the day and be like, did I even work today? What did I even do? Did I even try to prospect for business? And you can just, like I said, get lost in time. So I highly recommend setting up a calendar so you have a structure on how your day should look, and try to work by that calendar to the T as much as you possibly can. So it does take a little bit in the beginning to kind of get used to setting up a schedule for yourself, because if you're like me, coming from an office job, I knew what time I had to be in at work, I knew what I needed to do when I was there, and I knew what time I was clocking out. When you're working for yourself, it is a lot different than that. So that's why I highly recommend using a calendar. I personally use Google Calendar, and I'll show you specifically on how I structure my Google Calendar. I also use a planner. So I have this planner right here that I try to use, but I don't use as much as I probably should. I put a lot of like my to-dos down. Like if I have specific tasks that I need to do, I'll write them down during the day, or I'll write them down in the morning, and then I'll cross them out as the day goes on, and once I complete that task, I'll cross it out. I love to-do lists for some reason. I just think that they just make me feel accomplished by the end of the day. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I structure my calendar and how I time block, then let's get into it. Okay, so this is my Google Calendar. I'm just choosing this current week. I already have a couple of showings in there, but basically it's pretty empty. So I'm going to show you how I go about making my schedule. So I like to color coordinate things. So over here you'll see I have all different types of calendars. So I have buyer consultations, which is obviously just when I have buyer meetings, buyer showings, client lead follow-up, when it's basically prospecting, but that's when I'm going to follow up with my current clients and my current leads. Content creating, whether that be doing my Instagram posts, Facebook posts, thinking about YouTube videos that I'm going to be posting. I do expired FSBOs and withdrawals on specific days. I don't do them every single day, so I have a set calendar for that. When I'm going to be filming my YouTube videos. I have gym time / me time. I highly recommend you time blocking a time for yourself, because once you get into this business, it can get very overwhelming. And if you just focus on work, and you forget about focusing on you sometimes, you can definitely burn out in this business. So I highly recommend you setting time away for just you. Listing appointments, obviously I hope one day my whole entire calendar can be read with my listing appointments. That is the goal. My morning routine, prospecting, I don't really use reminders. Social media posts, I do even put in my calendar when I should be posting my social media. Team meetings and training / business development. This is just if I have like a webinar I need to go on, or any type of video trainings that I may have throughout the week. So, like I said, it's a pretty plain calendar right now, so let's go ahead and dive in. So, Sundays, I basically will just leave open. I either have showings that day or I have nothing that day. I don't really prospect on Sundays. I kind of try to keep Sundays for myself. However, in the morning when I wake up at 7 a.m., I do my weekly newsletters. And these are just newsletters that I draft up in Canva, and if you've missed it, I have a Canva tutorial that you guys can check out from my previous videos. And these are just newsletters that I send out to all of my current leads and clients every week. So this would be going under content creating, if I can find it right here. And it'll probably take me about an hour, so I put that in there. And then other than that, Sunday is pretty open to either showings, like I said, or just me time. So every morning I obviously have my morning routine, and that I usually do between 6 to 7:45. So when I will eat my breakfast, have my coffee, sit on the couch, relax, gather myself for the day before I have my team meeting. These are calendar invites, so I wasn't able to delete these and put them in for you. But typically these are about an hour long. I know it only shows a half hour, but they typically run about a full hour. So after that, from 9 to around 11:30 is when I will do my prospecting. So I'll add that in for prospecting. So then from 11:30 to around 12:45, 1, this is the me time I was telling you guys about too. This is my gym time, baby. My favorite time. No. This is my gym time / me time. So, well, every Monday I go to the gym. So it's either, if I don't go to the gym, I'll either do like a walk, or I'll just relax, have some lunch, go outside, get some fresh air, get away from my desk for a little bit, because it is very draining if you're just sitting behind a computer screen for hours on end. And I personally like to break it up in the afternoon and have a little bit of time for myself in the afternoon. That way I can recharge and then come back and get right back into whatever I need to do for the rest of the day. So this will be my me time. So on Mondays when I do get back to the gym, between 1 and 3, oh, and I'm sorry, I actually forgot to, I forgot to actually add in my social media posts. So I'll always do my social media posts right before I go to the gym. So let's add in social media. And this is just a reminder for myself. There's like, obviously it doesn't take me an hour to do it, but this is just a reminder for myself to make sure I have my post, and my post will typically already be completed, or if it's not, I will give myself a little bit of time to come up with a post in Canva and post it on social media. So after the gym on Mondays, when I get back to my office, this is when I will start filming a YouTube video. So this typically will be about a 2-hour process. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer depending. I try to limit it to 2 hours. And then typically after this is when I'll try to keep time open to set up my buyer showings. As you can see, I have 2 buyer showings here. They typically are in the evenings, especially during the weekdays, because a lot of my clients just have regular 9-to-5 jobs and they're not able to view homes during the day, during the week. So I save a lot of the time afterwards for showings. If I don't, this is when I'll do a lot of my client lead follow-ups. Now this is for clients that I'm currently already working with, or leads that I have been nurturing that I'm following up on, people who I've already spoken to before. I will just touch base with them at this time, and I'll typically do this for around 2 hours. Kind of just depends on the day. So like the hard thing about doing this calendar is that obviously sometimes you can't really follow it to a T, because if I need to get in a showing at some time, or if I have like an inspection scheduled for that day, or just anything else, that's typically going to change how my whole day looks like. But this is what I try to follow on a day-to-day basis. So this will be, like I said, my client lead follow-up. Save that. So that is typically what a Monday will kind of look like. Day starts at 6, ends at 5, but typically I will have showings that go to maybe 6, 7 o'clock, and then I'll come home, have my dinner, and then I'm basically done for the day. So what I'm going to do is kind of just fill out the rest of the calendar, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so we are back and pretty much all filled out. So I'll just kind of go over a little bit of it with you. So obviously we just went over Mondays, and that's typically what a Monday would look like for me. And then Tuesday pretty much looks exactly the same, besides instead of filming my YouTube video, I add more time in for prospecting here. Wednesdays, this is when I will do my expired and withdrawn prospecting, because like I said, I don't do that every single day. So I saved that for Wednesdays. And then at 1 o'clock when I get back from the gym, this is when I will either watch Tom Ferry videos or just try to do any type of business development training for my business, for personal client lead follow-up, and then any showings that I may have. And then Thursday, everything pretty much looks kind of the same. I do circle prospecting on Thursday, so this is when I will typically call, I'll do my cold calls to unlisted properties in areas that I have buyers that are looking. And then the only other difference is I'll do my content creating time after the gym here. So this would be typically editing a video or brainstorming content for social media and YouTube. I save some time for that, and then client lead follow-up. And then Fridays, I pretty much do everything the same, besides I save another 2-hour block for more training on Fridays. I just really love having a training session on Friday, and then client lead follow-up. And then Saturdays are pretty much open for a lot of showings and appointments. That's when I book the most of my appointments are on Saturdays. So I leave that pretty much just open. And then sometimes I will edit a video Saturday morning as well too. So that is pretty much my calendar, guys. I mean, it's not crazy. I just like it color coordinated because I feel like it just helps me remember what I have going on within those times. And it just looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than if it was just all one color. So I know it's not like crazy in depth, I guess, with what I do, but at least you can kind of get a better understanding of how I time block my time. So I hope you have better understanding on how to maybe structure your calendar and get some tips and tricks on what I do. And so yeah, so if you guys really like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.